large mammals running around. No bears, no deer, no hogs. Trust me, it's mostly just amphibious animals and birds flying around. But, well guys, since we've been cruising around so far, has anybody noticed all the grass that we got? There's a lot of it out here. And the grass, now that's just one of the reasons why we like to call this eastern shore our river of grass. But you know, you guys really are looking at mostly just two different types of it. Now the one I want to show you today, this stuff, I love showing this to my passengers. And no, it's not sawgrass. Everybody asks about it, but there's nothing nice about it. It's going to cut you real quick. But these things, I'm pretty sure you guys are all going to have some of them back home. I actually don't know where you guys live. But I'm going to be willing to bet you have cattails somewhere back home.
Michigan.
You find these guys all over the world. They're just going to call them different names.
Michigan.
But these, you got them in Michigan.
My father lives up there.
These guys get useful, though. Because you probably realize by now you don't have much to worry about from the wildlife. The gators, the snakes, the spiders, these guys want to stay away from people. But out here, things like infection, and it's going to start getting a little more dangerous. But you guys see this white part I keep getting to, right? That's the heart of the cattail. And inside of it is a very tiny amount of aloe vera. The trick was getting to it. So what you guys want to do first, like I've been doing, is you cut them right down their centers. Once you got past that, scrape it out. What you're left with here is what we like calling Everglades Band-Aid. That's where your aloe is. So when those Seminoles that used to live out here had to move around, they're going to cut themselves at some point. They can scrape out one of them, start wrapping them around the cuts. Now the cuts are going to stay clean, free from infection, while they all still run around. But you guys want to try to keep something in mind. Living out here is going to get a little rough. If you really wanted to try to make it like the Seminoles did, you're going to want to become resourceful. This little Band-Aid trick, that wasn't going to be their only trick for the hearts. Now what the Seminoles could do with these things, start weaving them all together and put a braid into it. And they can turn this stuff into a very simple rope. Right now, for example, I'm going to turn them into free souvenirs. You get to keep some. Those ropes that they made with this stuff, though, that's what they would use to kind of hold the roofs together of those tiki huts. They can use a different kind of braid and turn it into clothing. If you had enough of this stuff, you can lay on it like a bedding. Once it dries out, and it will, you can use it like a good fire starter.
What's it feel like? Is it? It's not
Anybody hot yet? Should come out here in August. Been there.
It is like gauze.
This is kind of nice. All right, I haven't
Get
seen.
lost?
Huh?
We get lost.
It's kind of hard to get lost because, believe it or not, we're in a really big box. So you really can only go so far in any direction. And if you really did get lost out here, you look for those power lines. And as long as you stay in that general direction, you're going to run into 27, make a left, and there's the park. But I try to tell my passengers, really out here, you just think of it like moving into a new house, to a new neighborhood. At first, you don't know any of the streets, where they go, where they'll take you. But believe me, after a while, these clumps of grass and trails start looking familiar. So you start knowing where you are. All right, let's get that air conditioning back on.